It's the Brothers Grin here, you guys. Today I gotta ask Reddit women, what's the near universal ick in the dating world?
I got one right here about this guy who got caught staring at some other girl's booty. Boys, you ever get caught staring at another girl by your woman? We'll find out what happens with this dude.
Oh,
Right?
all right. That's real bad.
No
Just getting
good.
caught red-handed. Uh, okay, so near universal icks for the dating world. The first one says being physically pushy very early, like we've been sitting here for 10 minutes, not ready for your hand on my thigh, brother. Give me some breathing room. Being pushy in the initial meetup with somebody. Yeah, that could be an ick, man. Read the room, right? Read the room.
Be an ick. Like, you'll be touching no girl you just met. You just put her hand on her leg. 10 minutes
I
in?
mean,
10 minutes in?
right.
You just
For
reach
10,
on over?
10 minutes
Yeah.
in.
Like,
I don't know about 10 minutes in or anything like that. I mean, yeah, definitely read the energy, and you should definitely be vetting what kind of energy that person has before you even go on that date or when you're asking them. But people like to move fast these days, especially some younger people. No
girl's
shame
a
on
hoe?
anyone, no
Faux
judgment.
show.
Um,
That's horrible.
this other girl says, in the first couple dates, having an issue with meeting you in public places or insisting you come over. I can understand that. Like, I've gotten flack for asking girls out to like a lunch date and like them initially being like lunch, like not dinner or something. And I'm over here like, well, lunch, I feel like lunch is still a good meal. You could still have a nice day, but you have time after that date. There's no obligation to, hey, drop me off at my house, come in, or that expectation of what might happen late in the evening. A lunch date is if you want to continue the date in a respectable manner after a lunch, you can. Like, hey, maybe we want to go mini golfing. Maybe we want to go on a walk through
Yeah.
the park and not
Well,
have it be 11 o'clock at night.
we come from that generation where we're just getting a cup of coffee. Hey, you want to go grab a cup of coffee or, something? And usually a public setting is safer for a person you don't know. Either way, there's some crazy girls out there.
Yeah. This other girl says, once experienced a dude making a really bad and not even kind of funny rape joke 10 minutes into the first date. Yeah, don't joke about rape, guys.
Yeah.
Don't joke about
There's
rape.
no scenario I feel that raping is a funny way to get any point across.
One man can hold you down, two can rape you. Hit the gym, boys.
Oh, God.
How'd
your date go, Susan? Well, he seemed kind of rapey. What the fuck?
Yeah, he seemed very I don't think I've ever been described as that, so thank God.
Well,
but
John was very nice, well put together, but I don't think it's gonna work out long term. He's kind of rapey.
Yeah. Dude, that would be horrible. Just get back to the friend group or to you even,
Or if they're like
friend of a friend.
coworkers or
She
something.
found you kind of rapey, bro. Like just sitting there with the eyes. How's your night going?
So horrible.
Are you enjoying yourself?
So horrible.
Dude. Another girl says, condescension. It doesn't even have to be in a dating context. You treat somebody like an idiot, you might as well brand the word a-hole on your forehead. Yeah, don't go into a date treating somebody like they're stupid, I guess, right? Or even that guy girl stuff. Like, sometimes you're just in that dude mode or something like that.
That reminds me of
like,
that
you'll learn.
That Will
like,
Smith video Hitch where that guy's like power suit, power tie, power stare. Come on, homie. You ain't fucking all that in a bag of chips. Girls pick up on that shit very, very... there's confidence, which is portrayed very well, and you got to know how to do it. And then there's arrogance. So it's a thin line between both. And once you learn the difference, then you're well better off. But don't ever go, especially with somebody new, and act like your shit don't stink.
Yeah. This other girl, this one's short from her. She just says, calling yourself an alpha. Anytime I hear a dude call himself an alpha dude, I always think of that like weird dude who don't pronounce his L's properly with the fedora on, like widowy girls, like that kind of stuff.
Hey,
I'm an alpha.
This is
like,
a legit
I can't even
story.
do the impression good, but
legit story. When we went to Maui, I went with Cheryl's family, my wife's family. We went to Maui, and my sister-in-law's husband at the time, or I don't think she was married to him, Dave, Jacob's dad, was telling Rochelle's mom, she was telling her, he's like, he didn't like me for the longest time. I don't know why. Maybe felt threatened or whatever. I don't know. Or I was close with the family because I was around the picture way longer before he was, shit. But he told Ricky, he's like, "There's only one alpha male on this trip," and Ricky's like, "Yeah, and it ain't you." That story got back to me. I was like, "Oh shit."
That I mean, presentation, you know, a verbal announcement. I feel like an alpha could be anyone that's confident in themselves and carries themselves well and conducts themselves with
I feel like an alpha is somebody who more respects himself in a certain manner and doesn't budge on his morals or his standards or he doesn't compromise. A guy who doesn't compromise for other people or their views.
that's I could see that. I could see that. Yeah. I just thought that one was
Yeah,
funny.
that is funny. You
Let
ain't
me
the
see
lone
here.
wolf.
This another girl says putting down other women to lift you up. Yeah, we don't make fun of other people or put down other people for the betterment of ourselves or to make ourselves look better. That's always been a staple in my mind state for things. Like I don't need to put anyone down to make myself feel better. Like that's just not how we roll. But
I make
I
fun of
guess,
people
man,
constantly. I make a
yeah, we
lot of
make fun
fun.
of folks, but
Yeah.
not to
Not to hurt their
act like we're better. We
feelings
just
or
talk shit,
yeah.
though. We
I
just talk
love
some
talking
shit,
that shit. We
bro.
90s kids, man. Don't kids cry nowadays. And anybody out there from the 90s, Gen X people, all my homies from Chico and stuff, you know how it was. The goal was to make our friends cry, to cap on them so hard that, once they got butthurt, you're
Yeah.
like, got him.
Oh yeah, yeah. Dude, we grew up in that Halo 2 era,
It was
Xbox, man.
Call of
That's the
Duty. There
top
was no
most
safe
Call of Duty,
space.
most toxic shit talk in lobbies and stuff like that. But
I know who you
another
are.
girl
I can hear
says,
you breathing.
"Oh."
You know?
Uh,
If you know, you know.
another girl says, bad temper / rage. Yeah, don't hide it, but that's
Everybody got
some people don't know
baggage.
how to manage their emotions. What's that?
So everybody got that baggage they carrying around, i.e., a
Yeah.
bad breakup or a bad past or whatever. But don't let that part of you shine through on the first date. Like,
I
yeah.
mean, that's how people get into drama, like serious drama in relationships. If you're not emotionally balanced and you hide that stuff to begin with, and then you start letting that stuff out after you've
Ooh,
already kind of
raging.
locked them in a little bit, like that's
Why is
deception,
he
bro. We don't
always
need none of
yelling?
that.
Why he always
He
yelling?
just mad. He just
There ain't no
mad.
creamer in my coffee.
Who is that dude? That's my brother. Who is he? You're like, oh, okay, my fuck. Another girl says, talking about your ex unprompted, in a disparaging manner, like, we were really good together, but it just went downhill, blah blah blah. That's my take on it.
Most
Like,
women don't want to hear stories about your ex. One, you know what I mean? Or I
yeah,
feel like most of the girls I've ever been around, they don't. Not saying me because I've been married to Cheryl forever, but like what other guys and girls I've heard, just in group settings, they're like, I don't want to hear about your ex. Like maybe if it's in context and it's a crazy story or something, like. But most of the
yeah.
time, girls don't want to hear
D-
about your ex. Just
Well,
better
it's
not to bring it up.
like my girl and I now, like I was married for almost 5 years, but I was with my ex for almost 10. And like she talks about it a little more than I do, just perspective wise. She doesn't talk about the relationship, but like inquiries about like, aspects of being in like married
Well,
and
that's
or
different
like
for you. That
dynamics and stuff like that.
in context.
But that's different. But I don't really talk about it too much. But I'll talk about it with somebody that like asks me, just because it's like if you haven't been divorced, you don't know certain things, and you don't know what it's like to go through that process and the aftermath of it
Yeah.
and how it affects you. But that's different stuff. Um, this one's brief from another girl. Poor hygiene. Yes, of course.
Don't show up
Boys
smelly, homie.
wash,
Don't.
lather, rinse, manscape. Anytime I've been told I smell good, bro, it's most of the time my freaking Old Spice deodorant.
Just natural musk.
Nah, it's like that
Oh,
fresh
dude, we
breeze
had this
scent,
boy
something like that, dude.
over at, at the plant, we're working there for 12 hours a day. And at the end of the day, he put on that Axe body spray. He sprayed so much, it ran us out of the control room, man. It stunk so bad. People were gagging. I'm like, homie, you need to calm down on that spray. Like, I get it. You need
Mm-hmm.
to, you ain't smelling fresh after 12 hours working in a plant, but damn, homie.
Yeah. I don't necessarily think this is funny. I just found it interesting because I just read it, but a girl says a new one, Chat GPT. I'm like, what? If they use Chat GPT to talk to me in the app, how do you expect us to use it when we meet? Like, if you're using Chat GPT to start a conversation and maintain a conversation with the girl, bro, you need to
What?
that
I would never even have thought of something like that. Like
it's crazy.
use AI to
AI is nuts just because I work with so many young people and the degree they use it and how they use it and what they use it for and things like that. Like it's all like, it just came out over the past couple years and our boy Zach, he put me onto it because like it's being used in the corporate world and stuff.
yeah.
And I'm like, what is it? So I downloaded it on my phone and I don't even use it for anything really crazy. I just make horrible pictures of my friends
Yeah.
and stuff. Like
It's like
hold
when
on, let me
Snapchat came out and you were making your friends into girls and shit.
hold on. I'm gonna let me see if I can bring this up real quick. You're gonna laugh at this one. My boy did this of me, and I'm like, bro, there is no need for all of this. Let's see here. Here we go. Let me screen share this shit. Look at that. My boy did this shit, bruh. This is me as a mailman, part elf, dude. I'm like, look at my thighs, bro. My thighs don't even look like this, bro. It is stupid, bro. And then I walk into work the next day
Oh,
and everyone knows about it, bro. Everyone
yeah.
knows about the mailman photo. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you
They hang
people,
them up.
dude?
It's true,
Definitely
but
have fun, but be
I
respectful
feel
of
like
people too.
a lot of the kids nowadays, though, just because they're growing up different than we did, they don't clown on each other like we used to.
Let me read a couple more and then we'll get into your stuff real quick. Trying to turn the conversation sexual way too early.
Yeah,
It's
that
like,
goes right back to keep your hands off a girl. You don't even talk about sex on the first
yeah,
date.
bro, don't
Most of the
freaking,
time, you're
oh
going in
my,
at the end of the date with like that ass outside hug. You ain't trying to bring in and smooch one right on her lips and shit, unless it's like a Tinder date or something, and you guys go into it knowing the fact that you're gonna throw down.
yeah.
And not just
It,
that, homie. If you're going in for a date with a girl that you like and want to pursue something in the future, and she's being that easy, what does that tell you? Like
yeah,
I'm just saying,
yeah. Yeah,
just saying.
I mean, leave something to the imagination. I'm not saying fucking be lock and key with it,
Walks like a
but
duck,
I
quacks
feel
like a
like that
duck,
also
might
pertains
be a
to
hoe.
age as well. Like if
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
comfortability levels and conversation comfortability levels, and then I'll end it on this one. We all know this one: unsolicited dick pics. I feel like that's more for like
In
app
store
dating
for
and stuff.
you. Pics, guys, don't it look like, like somebody swatted up gum with hair and threw it on the wall.
Ew.
Just
I don't know
nasty.
about you.
You
I don't know
you're
about
just
you, but
like,
that ain't how it looks, bruh.
bro, there
That's
ain't no
disgusting.
fucking
That talk
a
about
cute pair of
describing that
balls.
horribly.
What if I wish some girl would chime in here and be like, "Oh, I've seen cute balls." Yeah, there's some balls out there that are just,
I think you could tastefully get it done with light and accent and maybe a good trim. Put a tie on so it's kind of in there a
I'm
little
gonna put a
bit.
little bow tie around the neck. You're just like, "Oh, it's presentable today."
Just trim a top hat into it so it has some class, maybe some sideburns or something so it's sophisticated. Put a chin strap on it. It's god awful.
Horrible.
All right. I'll end up with that one and we can get into yours.
I got one right here. It says, "Am I overreacting for being embarrassed after seeing my husband stare at another woman's body while he was at work? I've been battling agoraphobia after giving birth, and it's been really hard for me to go out in public by myself with our kid." I had to look that up. That's just, I guess, getting anxiety and stress from being in public scenarios with your child and, too
Mm-hmm.
much worry. It just really bothers me so that I hyped up our toddler and got them really excited to go surprise dad at work, only to catch him being a creep while he was on the clock. I get that this is also a me problem, but it just still sucks. I confronted him on it as calmly as I could when he got home. Immediately started angry, crying, but kept my dialogue as calm as possible. Calmly. I was angry and crying. There was nothing calm about that. He immediately knew before I even started speaking, and all I got was, "I'm sorry." My husband was closing manager at the grocery store tonight. My toddler and I were already out, so I decided to stop by and surprise him and say hi before heading home. I did not tell him we were coming. When we got there, he was bagging for a cashier. Another manager saw us and started saying our toddler's name to get my husband's attention. That's a homie right there. He was trying to run side game, like run interference for him.
Elizabeth,
How are you
really
doing?
good to see you.
Just super loud through the grocery store, all over the mic.
On the loudspeaker PA.
We were about 10 feet away and clearly visible. My toddler was also calling for him for over 10 seconds, possibly longer. He did not look up once. During that entire time, a woman in tight athletic shorts was bent over at his register getting items out of her cart, and he was staring directly at her butt. He did not glance up at us while we were trying to get his attention. The other manager was standing there and could clearly see us waiting. I felt extremely embarrassed standing there with our toddler while my husband appeared completely focused on another woman's body at work. I ended up telling the other manager we were just stopping by, and we walked away because I felt humiliated. Later, my husband saw us in the store and seemed genuinely surprised and happy to see us. I told him we tried to get his attention, but he was preoccupied. For context, I've gained weight postpartum and have been struggling with body insecurity. He knows this. The whole situation really hurt. Am I overreacting for being embarrassed that my toddler, another manager, and I were visibly trying to get my husband's attention while he appeared completely focused on another woman's body at work?
That that's I mean, you can be upset. You can be upset, but once people started equating that being in a relationship means that human human things that we don't have control over are now off the table. I'm not saying like some people are out there straight gooning for sure. They're out there just feloniously being like, you know. Uh, I work at a place where there's a lot of people coming through, lots of people coming through. We see people of many different walks of life, many different dress occasions, stuff like that. But I mean, you can just because you appreciate a painting doesn't mean you want to paint the picture kind of thing, if that makes sense. Like it we're people, we have desires, and just because you're with somebody doesn't mean you have to be Stevie Wonder to the opposite sex forever,
Yeah,
or at
well,
all.
I feel like,
Like, it's not about that. It's about conducting yourself in a respectful manner always.
yeah. I mean, he, I see two different things here. He wasn't with her and doing it. He didn't know she
Mhm,
was even there. He's just a
mhm.
dude looking at an ass. Like, we've all done it. If there's any guy out there says, no, I've never looked at another woman ever again you're fucking lying. Like,
Yeah,
get
of
the fuck
course.
real.
I
Like,
only have
we're,
eyes for the person I'm with. I'm like, "Cool,
once
that I
again,
get that
I
emotionally,
can own a
man."
Lamborghini, but I see a fucking McLaren go by. I'm going to look at the McLaren too because it looks cool as
Yeah.
shit. Doesn't mean I want to go out and buy the
Mm.
McLaren.
I have a nice sports
Um,
bike, but that don't stop me from admiring other sports bikes. I'm
Ooh, that
hey.
bike sounds good. But,
That yeah.
and in the story itself, like, did you notice how much she threw the toddler in there? Like, I feel like she was trying to make the story more aggressive with my toddler was there. I felt my toddler see the toddler. He didn't know what the hell dad was doing looking at some booty. Like,
Nah.
come the hell on now. And not just that, then she threw in the I've gained weight postpartum. And those sounds like her own struggles that she's trying to work herself through.
There's a
And
lot of insecurity there on her part, but
yeah,
I get that. But you surprised your man when he wasn't expecting you, and he was just in a situation. It's not like I can't imagine he chased that lady down, made her come to the register he was at.
or
It's just
or
circumstantial
he didn't
stuff.
look back and see his wife and kid and then just ignore them and go back to looking at the lady's ass.
Yeah, she
That's a
said there was
different story.
zero acknowledgement, zero seeing them there and stuff.
He's
Uh,
at work. He's bagging groceries, he's doing whatever, he's in work
I
mode.
mean,
Looks over, sees a
have
hot girl bending over. He's like, damn, girl, you wear. We all see them girls walking around and stuff at the gym nowadays, bro. At
Dude, we
the
see
gym?
everyone walking around in athletic attire. Not everyone should be wearing what they're wearing, and I'll look at all of them because, oh, so, okay, today's that day for you. Then feel yourself. I mean, but be tasteful about it. Be respectable, respectful. Like like it's like staring at the sun. Glance, look away. But if you stare too long, you're gonna get fucked up. So you're gonna get fucked up.
Yeah, don't get
This is
caught.
how it is.
I laugh at that
Well,
stuff. I
also
see all
too,
those
man,
gym
like
videos with Joey Swoles and stuff where these girls are like
yeah,
filming
yeah.
themselves and a guy like glances over. Like, you got a full on production going on in the gym. You're wearing almost next to nothing. And
Mhm. Well, that
you're
happens
mad that
everywhere,
some
and
guy glanced.
those same girls will go to the grocery store.
My Elton
They'll
John
go
cup.
to what's that?
I said my Elton John cup.
God. They'll go to the grocery store. They'll go in other public settings and act like they're not parading themselves around. And I'm not knocking anyone for
Nah,
displaying their
man.
body. Do
Yeah.
what you feel comfortable, but don't act like people need to cut out a giant portion of what humanity is.
Yeah.
Like we
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 are physical
procreate.
creatures. We
Yeah,
admire things that are
oh
nice. I
yeah.
mean,
Oh yeah,
Beauty's in
and
the
I'm not
eye of the
saying that's a
beholder here.
pass to be a goon or be a freaking creep or anything, but
Yeah.
don't be a creep about stuff, man. You don't need to say anything to no one. You don't need to vocalize anything. You don't need to make somebody feel uncomfortable. But if I was at work and I encountered an incredibly attractive person, woman, whatever transpired, like I myself will conduct myself appropriately, but like say there was a glance and my girl randomly was there and caught that and just start, you looked at this, that. And I'd be like, my bad. Like, like
Is peanut butter taste good?
did,
Damn Skippy.
did I get a number? Did I touch a hand? Did I squeeze a side? Did I touch a shoulder? Did I sniff some hair? Like that's not what it's about. And if your man is if you're
What the fuck?
yeah, boy. But if your man is doing stuff like that, that's a conversation.
Yeah.
If your
Why
husband's doing
does
stuff
my
like
man
that,
always got
I
dark
could
sunglasses on at the mall inside?
was it a hall pass where he's like, he think he's slick, looking the opposite way so he could see him as they pass and stuff. You remember that from hall pass?
What
That's
was that
awesome.
movie with the guy with Stifler? He was in it, and Paul Rudd, and they got
Oh, role models.
role models. Remember, he's like, bet you didn't notice those double D's over there and those other full C's over there. And that little kid was like, what? He's like,
It's
yeah,
just part of life. Like I don't expect my girl to act like there's no other dude out there. I just expect her to act accordingly to being in a relationship, man. Like, and besides, man, like
yeah,
like if my girlfriend, if my girl cheated on me, and we talked about this in previous stuff, I believe, like I wouldn't be mad at the dude. I would be upset with her for being putting us in a situation like that. But like also too, people are people, man. You ain't happy with me. You have no
bye,
real
Felicia.
obligation to me. Yeah, bye, Felicia. Go do your thing. Go do what you feel. If you're not getting the excitement you need from me, but I think this lady's being a little overly critical because of the mind state. Like, you can be and act crazy, but you also have to rationalize things to yourself for the positive, man. You can't just make somebody the
Yeah,
bad
for
guy all the
sure.
time. That doesn't work.
Hey, y'all, thank y'all for stopping by, checking us out again, listen to our shenanigans and stuff, and always remember that 1 in 3 people is getting cheated on.